welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I did a really thorough reorganizing of my fabric, which was very, very therapeutic. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Going through everything reminded me of a bunch of projects where last year, for whatever reason, I just didn't really finish. Well, I know the reason. It was because of time. I ran out of time. I have projects that just didn't really reach like the level that in my heart I wanted them to reach. I know I'm not alone in this. I know you too have stuff that you've started but not quite finished, or finished but you were like, I could have gone back and fixed it up a little. Or if you just have like a little hole in your t-shirt in this spot, you know, that one spot where you always get holes in your t-shirt, we can pull those out and get those handled today together. Okay, let me go get my first project. Ooh, I'm very motivated to get this one fixed before winter is over. Anyways, as you can see, this bucket hat has some fit issues. It's like so boxy on top that it has like spots where it puckers. I guess my plan was just to put a dart in it. That's kind of my easy solution, hoping I can get away with it. I feel like I could lose literally up to a centimeter in a dart, so I'll give that a try. Ooh, I feel like this looks so much better. A lot of that awkward wrinkliness at the top is gone. I started deep in the corner here, just tapered it out to be about a centimeter, lost a fabric, and then smoothed it out to be flat across the top. Now for the lining, so I can wear this without worrying about little bits of fuzz. Ta-da! My newly organized fabric shelf, the heavier ones with some lining. So I could go with an actual lining fabric, one of these whitey creamy ones, but since it's going to be on the inside, I kind of feel like I should just use a fabric that I don't have any other plans with, so it doesn't go to waste. So therefore, I'm thinking this guy or this guy. And this one. I'm gonna do this one because it's easier to sew. It's a firmer fabric, and I just want like a no fuss option. I cut out a circle that is the same diameter as the top of the hat, and then I cut out two walls that I'm going to join together to form a complete donut. Basically, we're making everything that the hat has except for its brim. So let me just put these together. All right, that seemed to go decently. I think I'm just gonna literally sew it to this band that was put in, and that way I don't have to fuss with getting all the fabric shoved under the machine at once. Finally getting this done. Yes, okay. Finish. This gap is just the spot that couldn't go around the machine, so I'm just gonna hand sew it shut and it'll be done. Next up, do you guys remember this Chanel inspired jacket made from an IKEA blanket that we thrifted? So we didn't even know it was IKEA, we just thought it was a old green thing. Originally I had made it with a matching skirt, and all together with all the little details and chain and buttons and lining, it became quite an ambitious project. And so in the end, I never had time to line the sleeves. The shock, the horror. I've never done sleeve lining, so I was also a little bit intimidated, and I saw a lot of comments that reassured me that it's not that hard. So gonna go get the lining fabric. Wingardium linings. This jacket was also made using my Lutterloh pattern drafting kit, which if you guys haven't seen me mention that in the past, I'll put a link in the description. It's a very helpful kit, can give you patterns for tops and bottoms, all using one of your body measurements, either your bust or your hips. And so far it's working. This is the original sleeve pattern that made these sleeves. Let's cut it out of the black lining fabric. 2 layers here. I'm just gonna sew these right sides together into arm tubes, also known as sleeves. Wow, so far this is going so much faster than I feared. Originally, I did a blanket stitch. This is a stitch that my sewing machine offers, so it wasn't too hard. Just went all the way around so that it wouldn't fray, but unfortunately, I now have to undo. The lining fabric is now free from the green fabric. I'm just gonna sew the sleeves to the armholes, right sides together. Just gonna have to hand stitch close this, but here she is all the way around. Pushing it all through the sleeve. Based on my online research, it should stick out farther than the edge of the sleeve, because now I'm gonna flip it back, press it, and then do a blind stitch to hold it to the inside of the cuff. You guys are right. It wasn't that scary. Thanks for your encouragement. Whew, okay, 2 down, 2 more to go. The last one, we'll get back to the sewing machine, but this third one has to do with how I mentioned in the last video that we're getting ready for some changes. And if you watch my 2020 recap video, you know that this tapestry has been on this thing for literally all of 2020. I'm so sorry. If you want to get into tapestry weaving this year, it's very relaxing and I highly recommend it. I've been telling myself that it's like a form of decor, but I need to stop kidding myself. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to see the video I made that explains all the basics of tapestry weaving based on a class that I took. Everything from how to start all the way to where I am now, how to finish. So we're just cutting these strings free one by one. We go over the next one, come back under, pull down, over the next, come back under, pull down. Hopefully you can already see how tapestry weaving is just like so chill. Put a link in the description to the tapestry supplies that I put together on my website too, to make it easier for you guys to shop if you want to check it out. She's almost free. And I'm gonna weave these strings that I brought down into the tapestry so that they don't come undone. I think I'm gonna finish off the bottom the same way I did the top. For the real finishing touches, I'm using this package of wooden dowels that I've gotten from the dollar store. I have to cut them down to size because it's nice if it can match the width of this tapestry perfectly. I managed to get the raw edges to look so good just using a metal nail file. At one point I got so sick and tired of going through nail files and decided to get a metal one, and no regrets. It's been so good for arts and crafts as well. If you have not been on the metal nail file situation that is super versatile for other crafts, get on it. So I got my 2 sticks that are the same length. Gonna secure them to the tapestry. Yeah, if we just smile, maybe we focus on the future. No use in living in the past. Try to remember that the bad times never. This is Sagwa. We named her after a popular Chinese Canadian kids TV show about a little cat who lives in China with her family. I think they have an official job as palace calligraphers, and that's why that cat has black and white markings. And Sagwa has black and white markings. Do you want to say hi to the audience? Look at that derpy
Hi.
face.
Sagwa.
And now our home is just totally transformed with all her cat goodies. Hopefully you guys are okay with seeing more of her here. Oh, she's pushing against me.
We can take tomorrow on with style.
I'm gonna end this video with one last upgrade, which is I finally added little ties to the inside. This duvet cover is inside out, to the inside corners of my duvet cover. I made this a couple of years ago. There's a tutorial if you want to make one yourself. I loved the idea of a soft blue linen, the really natural tie closure. So this is the one that I made for myself. Your duvet has the cute little ribbon in the corners. You can now tie these to that little ribbon so that your duvet does not run around inside your duvet cover. The ties I salvaged from an old duvet cover that has really been falling apart in the wash, so it was time for retirement. I know none of the projects in this video were particularly challenging, but it's just their aggregate that nags around in your mind. And so I hope you guys are able to get some inspiration to finish your own odds and ends projects as well. Finally, my head is clear. I'm excited. We're gonna do a big sewing project for our next video. Until next time, bye-bye.